Hey, cool cats, I am back with some more Illusion of Gaia. Tonight we are going to pick up where we left off with Will getting Lance's memory back. It's been a few days for me. I had a minor setback where I accidentally kind of screwed a video up. And then I had to backtrack a little bit because I saved the game. Luckily I had an extra save on hand, and I didn't have to go far. But we're going to visit this place because if you remember, those kids are free now, and look, another garden gnome! Yeah, I want a laborer. He can attack things for me in my quest. How can things like this happen? I don't know. I don't know, bro. So, I did give some gems, or jewels, the jeweler gem, or whatever his fucking name is, and got nothing. So, we're up to 17 jewels. The next reward is at 20, if I remember correctly. So there's really nothing left to see in Frisia. We're going to talk to these lovely, upstanding youths. Well, there's an eccentric inventor in the woods nearby, shall we go? I think his name is Neil. Did you say Neil? That's the same name as my lost cousin. I don't know why I got tongue twisted on that line. My cousin Neil, the inventor, flew in the sky in a thing called the airplane, or an airplane. So Will and his group went to the inventor's house. I shouldn't have talked to Eric, I probably should have talked to everyone else first so we could see what they had to say. Probably nothing very relevant. Because I love that music. Just don't hear it enough. Sometimes I will sit and listen to that song. It's kind of sad. Probably. Or maybe not. It's open. Come in. Neil, it's me, Will from South Cape. Looks like my house. Except with less scuba gear. Oh, Will, you've gotten strong. Are all of these people your friends? Didn't think a dork like you would have friends. This person stinks. Oh, Kara. Ever the, ambassador of goodwill. What do you say? You shouldn't talk like that. There's a wonderful smell in this room, isn't there? Of course, Lily overcompensating. Hey, both of you talk pretty harshly. When you're wrapped up in inventing something, you don't care about your appearance. I don't think the smell is that bad. Not enough to hate me for it. I've only been wearing these socks for a month. Yeah, it's totally normal. I've only had mine on for 3 weeks. I guess I lose. Yeah, I mean, these guys, like, Will and frickin' Kara spent, like, almost a month on a raft. Like, what, you guys weren't stinking? I mean, they're still wearing the same clothes, like... Oh, well. I can't believe it. I don't want to breathe the same air as him. I've heard enough about my socks. Make yourself at home. You're Will's friends. Welcome. Awesome. So, we'll talk to Lance first. I've only had... Oh yeah, repeat yourself. Seth will be pleased when he sees this invention. Still in denial there. Oh, what did they say? Will, where are you going in such a hurry? Stay a while. I can't believe it. Blah, blah, blah. And you can't talk to Lily. There's instances in this game like that. Somebody actually used cheat or a hack or something where it allowed you to pass through certain textures. I don't know if that's the term. well, the barriers in the game to talk to some characters that you usually couldn't talk to. So I don't know if they talk to Lily though, but there is something later on where they talk to someone. Fascinating stuff. There's a camera. It will burn a copy of a scene on the printing paper. Problem is that it takes almost 30 minutes. Scenery doesn't move, but to photograph a person means they can't move for 30 minutes. When I used it, the eyes turned bright red like a rabbit's. Yeah, wow, that's awesome. That's a telescope. You can see the stars as if they were in your hand. Good job, Neil. Like the sky. Those are airplane wings. It's part of a machine that will fulfill man's dream of flying in the air like a bird. The body's too big and you need a runway to take off, so it's hidden in the desert. So this guy's like, you know, Da Vinci and the Wright brothers, and I forget who invented the camera, but the camera guy, and, you know, the oxygen tank guy. There's an oxygen tank. There's air inside. With this you can breathe underwater, but there's only 1 minute's worth of air inside. Compressing the air would let you stay underwater longer, but I don't know how to do it. Well, you could, so you can invent a camera, telescope, oh yeah, Galileo, right? Telescope. Camera, telescope, and, you know, an airplane, but you couldn't compress air. Okay, Neil. Tell me why you came to see me. Will tells Neil about hearing his father's voice and visiting the world's ruins in his search to find the mystic statues. Heh, interesting. I too have some interest in ruins. Well, of course, because you're like super Renaissance man. Like, you can't even say this dude's a fucking Renaissance man. Like, this guy is beyond that shit. Like, he is the Renaissance. Bet at fucking everything. The ruins we'll talk about are scattered all over the world, but they have something in common. Drawing a line among the ruins makes a shape that looks like the constellation of Cygnus. Cygnus? That's the Tower of Babel, where Will's father got lost. Huh? Oh yeah, that was a bad translation, so, I have read slightly better translations, and basically what he's talking about is there's a correlation between the position of the ruins and the constellations in the sky. So, essentially, I guess what he means is that red star that you saw near Cygnus on the raft is where the Tower of Babel is located on the Earth. Kind of a cool thing. Too bad they screwed it up when they were translating it. It's in the middle of the ground painting of the big white bird. There's a new red star below the constellation of Cygnus. That's right, you know a lot. The red star in Cygnus, Will's interest in ruins. Different elements are bound together organically. I don't know if it's by coincidence or by design, but something is going to happen. Fortunately, the Nazca ground paintings are a week's walk east of here. Go? Go? Why, yes. Or no. No, I'm not going to go. Don't say that. Actually, I want to go. Oh, it's a but thou must loop. Don't say that. Actually, I want to go. But thou must. Good, it's settled. We're going too. We don't want Will to be the only one having a good time. The group went to the Nazca Desert. Yeah, I was kind of worried the game wouldn't continue on for a second there. That was a rather long blank screen. Like, what are they, a flock of geese? Do they have to walk in like a perfect triangle formation? Nazca Plain. It was a long way, but you did a good job. This is the most famous of the ground paintings, the condor. Have you ever heard of it? No one knows why ancient people drew pictures like this. Whenever I come here, I'm overwhelmed by the grand scale. You should go see it for yourself. I should go see it for myself. And this kid with the bowl haircut and the talking about being in the womb again in the previous episode and not realizing Seth's dead, this kid, let's see what he has to say. It's scary. I'll stay with Neil. Yep. Ha ha ha, don't be in such a worry. Wait for everyone else. We're in such a hurry. I don't know where I read worry there. I think using my phone so much, I think I have autocorrect implanted in my brain or something. So, we run around here aimlessly and talk to people. I actually think Nazca is a really fascinating place in reality. When you look at it this way, it's like the white lines at an athletic event. Maybe the ancient Nazca people ran the 100-yard dash here. Yes, Kara. Like, really, she does become a more respectable character as the game goes on. Trust me. She does. I always felt like this place was very eerie. There's a lot of atmosphere. One of my favorite... well, no. Well, kind of an interesting place in this game. Definitely not a favorite, but it has a sense of atmosphere. It's kind of dark and spooky with that fluty music playing. Up until now, all I've done is go to school, study, and play. Yeah, like a normal person who's like, 12, 13 years old, or however old you are. Sometimes I wonder if my being here isn't all a dream. Right. Doesn't there seem to be a pattern in the way the rocks are scattered around? Yeah. People usually do things in patterns, Lily. Let's see what Kara says. This is the condor's stomach. If you dig here, you might find eggs. It's a joke. Ha ha ha. Don't be so serious. That's not like the emote I was going for. Maybe this. There we go. I know. It's the closest thing I can get to a teabag. So let's see. What do we do next? I kind of get lost here a little bit. Yeah, these people just repeat themselves, of course. Yep. Okay, I think I remember. So one of my favorite things. These spooky fuckers. Coo. Come back! Can we catch him? You can't really run diagonally very well. Yeah, he got away. Nazca is huge, so don't go too far. And you'll see that something's changed. They're all back in a line. The ancients were amazing. I wonder why they made this. Yeah. Okay, so what's going to happen? It's exciting. It must be great to paint such a huge painting on a natural canvas. Yeah, why do I keep talking to him? I know what he's going to say. We'll talk about it when everyone comes back. Well, everyone's back. Unless you're waiting for Seth. The mystic statue that Will spoke of is somewhere on this plain. Question mark? I'm Ron Burgundy? I thought I'd seen the paintings before. But doesn't this condor look like Cygnus? And anyone who's seen, or who hasn't seen Anchorman, that was a reference. It's probably a rather strange thing to randomly say, but yeah, that was a little Anchorman reference in there. Yes, of course, I hadn't noticed. When you look at it, we see Cygnus, but ancient people probably just saw a condor. Okay. I don't know. Condors are kind of more badass than like a swan. That's my opinion. So I don't know. Probably just saw a condor. Oh, whatever. Ah, I've got it. Look. Look where the rocks are on the ground. They're positioned like the stars in the constellation of Cygnus. Well, that's... oh, yeah, that's a pretty good observation. That wasn't too bad. Lily has some good stuff to say sometimes. Of course, Cygnus has 9 stars and there are 9 stones. Where's the red star that appeared recently? Of course, at the joint of its left foot. I've played this game many times, so that just wasn't me being good and just, you know, making a great observation there. No, I've just been through this so much. Let's check the left foot. Let's do. A riddle and a constellation, kind of romantic. That's right, we'll slay that poon. I don't know. Is she interested in Will? Do they have a blossoming love interest? Yeah, I really always liked the way these characters were, well, I guess drawn. I think the proper term is spriting. I like their designs. There's a certain something to it, and if I remember correctly, there was a rather notable anime artist who worked on this game, so there's that. What an exciting experience. I'll give you an exciting experience. An adventure across the world. So you guys saw I was going somewhere like dirty with that. In fact, adventure around the world, well, never mind. I failed when I tried to not make a dirty joke. Oh well. What's going to happen? It's exciting to repeat myself. Not bad. It's as exciting as inventing something. Like, do you really just, like, invent? Oh, I guess you do. Like, you have an idea. I don't know where I was going with that. We're working on a puzzle that explorers and archaeologists have never solved. Well, let's see. What's here? There's a tile buried in the sand. Like, I wonder how frickin' hard that was to figure out. Like you just walk on that and push A. Like, I remember having a look. There was a mini guide in the back of the instruction manual for this game. I remember I tried not to look at it too much, but I remember having to friggin' look for it here twice because it was, you know, I hate to use this word, but it was frickin' cryptic. When Will's flute touched it, there was a rumbling sound. Ooh, what's happening? Hey, something huge is coming down. Yeah, it's yo mama, Eric. And Will disappeared. Will! Snake! Snake! Full of references today. Sky Garden. There's a strange garden floating in the sky over Nazca. On the ground, Neil and my friends look like tiny ants going back and forth. Could the paintings be an airport for the Sky Garden? I was hoping, like, you can actually jump over the, like, sides of this place, but not here. What's Will doing? Oh my. Look at that, he's twerking! Wait, let's see if I can get it right. He's twerking. Look at that. Anyway. And it's the Moon Tribe. We meet again. Coo 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 coo. Is that supposed to be a laugh? Is it more like coo 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 coo? I don't know. Anyway, you're a strong boy to have come this far. This Sky Garden is our mode of transportation. Well, this is like one pimped out ride. Like, I mean, you guys can already fly. I don't know. There are 4 crystal balls in 4 locations. Find each one in clockwise order. Drop off the cliff at the front and back to find the upside down world. Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Basically, it just means jump off a ledge and you'll land on the underside of the Sky Garden. That makes sense. So, we have a dungeon here. Sort of, except it's not underground and it's flying and yeah, well, I guess it's not at all a dungeon. But anyway, we do have a area to explore, a ruin to explore. So, I think I'm going to cut the video out now. With any luck, it recorded, and I'm not going to have to do this again. So, I thank you so much for watching, and I will be back very shortly with some more IOG. And until next time, good luck and happy gaming.